Hey everybody, I just wanted to do an update and let y'all know how I'm doing. I started my cycle yesterday, so I had a call to do a baseline ultrasound. I did that today. Everything went really well with that. Lots of fun going in there on cycle day 2, but you know, it has to be done and that's what it takes, so that's what we'll do. We went in, everything was fine. The only thing is she said that she saw a hemorrhaging cyst on my left ovary. She said it was no big deal. Sometimes that happens after surgery, just from the trauma of it. So, you know, it wasn't too big to be concerned with or anything like that. She measured it and looked at it, and she said usually they'll go away on your own, so it wasn't something that would stop the cycle. So, we basically went over a little bit of what's going to happen next. You know, basically I do Clomid on day 5 for 5 days. After that, I start the gonal-f for 5 days and the injectables. Then after those 5 days, I go in for blood work in the morning, and I have an ultrasound. They call me that afternoon and let me know, you know, as long as basically the blood work's okay, and if the follicles are big enough at that point, we'll go ahead and do the Ovidrel shot and do the IUI. If for some reason they're not, if they're not big enough, what they have you do is the gonal-f pen, you dial up a dose. Excuse me, so they basically have you increase the dose for like another 5 days. You go back and have blood work again, another ultrasound, and they, you know, basically do the same thing over again. Hopefully, you know, this works for us. You know, I always ask, you know, what the statistics are, whatever my doctor's office, I know a lot of people always say statistics on here. My doctor's office won't ever give me statistics. And I think that's kind of good and bad, you know, because even if it were 90, I would worry that I was in that 10%. But, you know, because they say there are so many different factors involved, you know, they can't really say. So we're just really hoping that this works for us. You know, they haven't been able to find anything other than the ovulation that doesn't happen for me. So hopefully it would all just go really well, and this will be our month. Ideally, I would love for it to happen this month, but ideally it would be even better next month, just because if it were next cycle, I would be able to go 2 full semesters of school. I would be due at the end of May, and, you know, if everything went all right in the pregnancy, but I don't even care. You know, at this point I told my husband, if I miss a semester of school, I miss a semester of school. Oh well. I just want it to happen. So we're really, really, really excited. And my husband went with me today, and he hadn't planned on it. He really wanted to go, so I'm just really, really excited. Leading up, like this past week, I've been really kind of stressed and really kind of grumpy and crabby, and, you know, I kind of chalked it up to PMS, but then I think the more I thought about it, I think it was more related to the fact that we were actually going to do something this cycle. It's just really hard. You know, it's really hard anyway, and then to have taken a break and not had to have really worried about stuff, and now to know that I'm going to be involved in all this again, and, you know, it's just so much on your emotions. But we're really just hoping that, you know, and it's, you know, I told me, because my husband and I, we had talked about maybe waiting a cycle before, and you know, I told him, I said I just don't want to, because we thought we were only going to wait 2 cycles last year. At the end of the year, we were going to wait until the holidays were over, and then, you know, we ended up losing our insurance and everything, and, you know, God forbid something like that happened again, I'd be kicking myself for not doing it. So I'm just really excited to get going, you know, even if it means going through all the fertility medication and everything, you know, and I'm doing something new this cycle, so I don't know exactly how the gonal-f will affect me. I know the Clomid gave me hot flashes and stuff before, so, or maybe that was not even the Clomid, maybe that was estrogen I took, I don't remember. But I'm just glad that it's going, and, you know, we'll get a result one way or the other. I hope everyone is doing really, really well. Corky, stop it! Things are moving along here. We're really trying to get the house done by the fall, so that we don't have to, you know, it's one less stress that we have, especially going through the adoption classes. We still plan on doing that. You know, even if I get pregnant, we really plan on just going ahead and getting certified and, you know, letting those cards fall where they may. We've gotten a little bit more done on our house. We got our upstairs bathroom completely finished. I love how it turned out. Maybe I'll actually put some pictures at the end of this video if I can figure out how to do that. But I just love it. I think we ended up going with like a yellow-brown type theme, and I just love it. We've gotten pictures hung up on the walls that were already done. You can see behind me. I got my corkboard and my other pictures hung up here. And there's some more over here. I got the living room pictures hung up. I'm just kind of getting excited to see the house done. Things are just really moving along. And I'm really, really happy to see that, because it's been, you know, too long that we've, you know, just been in a kind of a standstill with everything. So it's nice that our house is moving along, fertility's moving along, everything's moving along. So my husband's job is going super well. He's getting a ton of overtime, which is nice. The money is really nice. You know, I really feel like stuff is finally working in our favor. So I'm really positive. I hope this is our month. You know, I hope that, you know, everything just goes really well, even if it takes, you know, 2 different cycles of the gonal-f in this month. I just really hope it works. So I hope everyone else is doing equally as well. I'll do an update, you know, within the next week or so, let you know how everything's going. Take care. Bye.